Foxwoods. He's opening for Amy Schumer.
Nice.
Yeah, should be fun.
What a great gig. And then how much
dude.
time do you do every night?
About 20.
So you
25.
sit back.
So you're flying first class, taking choppers to gigs for 20 minutes. How does that feel,
The money's
man?
great. The hotels are great. She's
Five-star hotels.
She's a generous, loyal giver. She
Really?
gets so much hate, these people. She's a great gal.
They don't know what they're fucking talking about.
Well, they're not all traveling with her and staying in 5-star hotels.
No,
That's
but
a good point.
But Amy's always been very generous and very cool. So
Yeah, people want to cut her down.
But what is do you even feel like you're working if you're only doing 20 minutes?
Not at all. Not at all. And you're back the same night, and you just made a ton of dough, and you got to do the thing you love and be pampered. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but it's great.
You
You're living the
don't
dream.
stay at the hotel?
And I wouldn't want to be her. I wouldn't want to be the headliner. So it's even better because I could just open and then I'm done.
And then you're just having drinks and flirting with chicks.
That's it. Yeah, I might get a BJ in the back. I mean, if Kenny's available. But yeah, it's the dream.
Do you get laid a lot at her shows?
Oh my dude, it's 10 million or 10,000 people and me going, "Oh, I'm single, huh?"
Really?
Yeah, so it's open game on the Tinder.
Is there any?
That's always the subtle thing that comics do. Like, I'm a single, or yeah, I love cocaine. And
Yeah, or it's hard lugging this wide cock
sorry,
around.
Opie, what were we gonna say?
No, I was just going to ask him if there's any guilt associated with the fact that you don't feel like you're really working.
Oh, of course. I got
Really?
crazy guilt. I have guilt when Roland gets me a sandwich. I have guilt. So yeah, I'm a guilt-ridden nut job. But
Why
I'm
do you
just
feel
trying
guilty about that?
I have guilt issues. I have real bad guilt.
But how long have you been doing stand-up?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
You're making money. You're traveling.
No, I think this is a normal thing. That's why I asked him.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
You're
asking
riddled
because
with-
I feel like he's damaged or something. I would think that if you're flying first class, staying in the best hotels, I also know she's very generous with taking you guys out to eat. I know everything about this
Yeah.
shit. And then you're literally on stage for 20 minutes. I think I would feel that guilt.
Total guilt. And like if you don't do well, oh my God, talk about guilt. You
Really?
feel horrible. I mean,
But if you
bombing
don't do
sucks,
well,
but-
is it because the crowd wants to see Amy?
Yeah, usually. Or,
Okay.
maybe you're off. Maybe you're nervous and you can't get the jokes out right. The timing's off. But yeah, I mean, if you bomb, I've bombed 1 or 2 times in a theater, and it is, by the way, bombing is hard. Bombing in front of 10,000 is brutal.
Yeah.
That's a loud silence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel guilty. I have these weird issues where I think my parents were kind of fucked up and they screwed me up. But I love smoothies, and I'll walk by a smoothie place and I'm like, "Oh, you get a smoothie?" I'm like, "Well, who the fuck do you think you are? Just be able to get a smoothie? You crazy?" And I can't do it, and I'll just walk right by it.
Fucking stupid.
I'm an idiot. I don't know. It's weird.
Wait,
I won't eat certain things. I'm looking at that cookie. What do you think? You just deserve a cookie? Fuck you, you piece of shit.
But
Story
what
of
is
my
that?
life.
What is that based on?
I think my parents didn't give anything. We had no food in the house as a kid, and they were all about, you got to earn, you got to work hard. I don't know where it comes from.
I didn't have a lot of food in the house, so now I make sure if I want a smoothie, I'm getting a goddamn
See,
smoothie.
You're healthy. I got problems. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
But
if
he
I'm
also
healthy. I
worked
just got
hard.
different issues.
He also worked
We all
hard.
have issues. Jesus.
We all have something.
Yeah, we got something.
He worked hard to get to where he's at so he can appreciate
Everyone
what
works.
he has.
You guys
I
have worked
guess.
hard to get where you're at.
Yeah.
But you know these guys, you just see them walking into a Baskin Robbins, you're like, what the fuck? Did you get promoted? No? Then get the hell out of here. You don't deserve that.
So are you walking around starving?
All the time. I am a hungry. That's why I'm so thin.
When do you treat yourself?
Oh, when I'm hammered, I usually do.
Oh, well, because then you're...
Because the inhibitions are all gone, you know?
yeah.
And then he just eats shit food when
I
you
eat
do?
shit. I fuck just
Anything.
IKEA furniture, size women. I mean, it's
So what do
crazy.
You so wait, I know we got a break, but you're in a city. You just had a good show. Now you're walking around a cool area that has like smoothie shops. And
Yes.
You're
what do
staying
you-
in the
what-
nice part of
do you,
town.
Yeah.
Where do you go into any of these places because you're just simply hungry? Is
No,
it?
I fight it. And I'm like, oh, there's a mint on the pillow at the hotel. I'll eat that. That's free. Oh, there's a roll on that food service tray on the floor. I'll get that.
This is real.
Oh, yeah, I'm a mess. You can ask my friends. They've all seen it. They're like,
weird.
dude. Like, I'll be with Joe List. I'll be like, I'm going to get $1 slice. He's like, dude, you're making money. Go get a Joe's slice. I'm like, nah, I got to get the $1.
But we went and had nice burgers in Austin.
And you paid.
That was the
That's
reason?
a money thing. It's like, who am I to just give this guy a piece of paper and then I get a burger? Get the hell out of
All
here.
right, when you hook up with any
Oh
of
my God.
Amy's fans,
Yes.
do you ever feel guilty because they're her fans and you fuck them?
No, not because they're her fans.
He's
no,
not
'cause
paying for it.
They still chose to fuck me.
Okay.
No, and I think
It's a money thing.
It's a
No,
money and
but-
food thing,
Okay.
really.
But I think also, some of the Amy fans become Mark Norman fans too.
Sure, I get
There's
some
some
of that.
crossover there.
But I just got a new apartment and I have no furniture in it because I'm like, I don't deserve. I'll look at like a nice couch. I'm like, this couch is not for me.
Wow, that's fucking dumb.
I'll throw out a big nugget. Louis
That's like
C.K. bought me a watch after the gigs. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but he bought me a really nice watch, and I can't wear it because it's too nice. So it's kind of a waste. I'm walking around my apartment in my underwear with a watch on, looking in the mirror, going, "Hey, look at this."
So, do you feel like eventually you'll be able to wear the watch and go to the smoothie shop? Like, no,
I maybe.
I hear you.
I don't know.
hear you. It's a
like,
great
do you
line.
feel like, all right, maybe if I get a sitcom or a movie, or is there some kind of goal in your mind where you go, now I'll be able to treat myself?
I think if I get a sitcom, I'll buy myself a smoothie, and that'll be my reward, and then it's back to hell.
Holy fuck! Do you talk to anyone about this?
I got a therapist.
Wow.
We all
How
do.
often do you see your therapist?
We all do.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Great guy. He
And
thinks
what does
it's
he
all-
say-
He's like, just buy the fucking smoothie. You earned it. He's like, you can't. He's got all this shit. Like, if you don't love yourself, what's the point? No one else is gonna buy you a smoothie, but
Where does your therapist think it comes from?
He thinks it's all parents.
Yeah.
But how about this? Schumer, this is years ago. I broke up with my girlfriend and I gave her my apartment because I was like, you take it. I just want to be away from you. So you take the apartment. I'll find a new apartment. I left a bunch of shit over there and it was such a bad breakup. I couldn't go back over there and she had my coat. It's dead of winter. It's like January 2014. She bought me a coat because I was just walking around in like a hoodie in the middle of winter. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm freezing my balls off. I'm like, I don't have a coat. She's like, where's your coat? I'm like, I left it at my girlfriend's house. Why don't you go get it? I can't face her. Well, why don't you go buy one? I can't buy a coat. It's too much money. I don't deserve that. And she bought me one.
You wouldn't buy a coat in the
That
middle of
coat-
winter?
That Patagonia coat she paid for.
And that's now 3 years old.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing, though, because you can afford a coat.
I can afford the
and
coat.
You need, there's a difference
And I need
between.
it.
Yeah, there's a difference between, like, I don't want this watch because it's too nice for me. I don't want to eat this because I feel like that's kind of like something you should do if you're more successful.
Right.
When you're cold, you need a coat.
I've told me about it. I was fucking freezing.
Like, how do you justify that in your head that you don't buy yourself?
Because I'm
one?
like, who am I to get a coat? I'm not a
you're fucking
coat guy.
cold.
I'm not a coat guy.
I'm not a buy a coat. I can't walk into a store and buy
like
a coat.
coat is a privilege.
Yes.
I think no matter who you are and how much money you make, we're all coat guys.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
are.
Everyone's a coat. It's like
Everyone's a coat guy.
Everyone is a shoes guy.
Yes.
Everyone has fucking shoes.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, look, I got the squarest shoes on the planet because there's a New Balance.
That's your thing. All right.
Yeah,
Mark.
but I just-
Who the fuck are you to have New Balance?
Well, I can't go out and buy these Jordans these kids are wearing. Who
All
the
right.
fuck am I?
I'm going to blow your mind. Why was it okay to take the coat from Amy?
I think it was a gift.
So if it's a gift, it's okay.
I guess so.
It's
I
like
know
how-
it doesn't make sense.
So have your friends at the smoothie store go, here's a gift for you today.
Well, they don't speak English. But hey, I thought we were going to break.
No, this is way better than anything
All
else we
right.
It's
talked
pretty
about.
fascinating.
It's really fascinating.
So he was okay with you buying him the burgers in Austin. He's
Yeah.
okay with Amy buying him this nice coat.
You hide it though, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about. I mean, we've hung out a little bit here and there socially. You hide this stuff.
Yeah,
because
well,
it looks
it's-
like you dress nice. And,
What? I got this shirt for doing Colbert. It's a free T-shirt.
Well, I mean, I'm not just talking
Free
about
t-shirt,
today's
free
shirt.
coat?
In
Okay.
general, I would assume you shop for yourself. And
Yeah,
get-
you don't.
No, I never
you don't
shop.
Look like a guy who's trying to save money.
Oh, that's
because,
good.
you
How many
know.
pair of jeans do you have?
2. And I basically only wear this one. The other one's like my lawn mowing jeans,
And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah. What do you need more than 2 for?
Minimalist.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a minimalist in general, but
I got 1 pair of shoes, couple shirts.
I only got a couple pairs.
One
of shoes.
jacket.
I'm almost there with you.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so there is some guilt with me, but not to that extent.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I'm gonna buy myself a smoothie every fucking time I want one.
And if I get that smoothie, the guilt all day long, like, what the fuck? Who do you think you are? Fucking, money bags, you piece of shit. What are you getting a smoothie? What if you run out of money? What if you don't make it? It never ends.
That's weird.
So I'd rather just not have it and go, live a anxiety-free life.
But you lived in that pretty awesome house down there in New Orleans. I mean, it seemed like your parents had money.
Well, that's the thing. This is where it all stems from. My dad bought a mansion, a dilapidated mansion
Right.
in a poor black neighborhood. So on the front, it looks like we got money, but in the inside, there's termites, rats, pigeons. We don't have running water. So I kind of have this look of wealth,
Facade.
but it's all a facade. Like you say, hey, you don't look poor, and I'm not poor, but you don't look, bummy. But I'm a bum inside, just like the house. Aha!
Wow.
Yes,
That's fascinating.
that was deep.
That's fascinating stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean we get robbed all the time. These guys would come in and be like, "Where the fuck is everything?"
Right.
And we were like, "Hey, yeah, welcome to our world." You know?
Like home invasions, people would.
Oh my god, we got robbed. Once every 3 months.
Jesus, that's fucking frightening.
We were the white guys on the block with the mansion, so everybody's like, "Hey, we got to get in there."
Did your parents ever think, let's get the fuck out of this neighborhood?
Well, they're so liberal and they're so progressive that my bike would get stolen all the time. A couple guys took my bike off of me once, and I was like, I ran home crying. I was like 10. And I was like, these guys stole my bike. My mom's like, well, they need it.
No.
Yeah, they need it more. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
We'll get you a new bike, whatever. And I was like, but I like that bike. Shit.
I think you just explained why you don't like talking politics.
No, I just don't. My brain goes off when I hear politics.
Right.
But
Because it's all nonsense in the end.
yeah. And
Each
it's going to go away.
Each side
and it
thinks their
changes.
side's the best. And
Right.
And in the end, they're both shitty.
I mean, it's
both
the same
sides
with,
are shitty.
Same with sports. I can't get into it because I'm like, it's all just, okay, a ball went in a hoop. Who gives a shit? He got points. He didn't. I don't know. It's none of it matters to me.
Right.
But I get why sports are great and I get why politics are interesting. It's not for me.
Has the therapist made any headway as far as you treating yourself to anything, or?
A little, but I push
Tiny.
it down. I push it down.
Like, in what way have you made any kind of progress in being able to enjoy life like a normal person?
Not much, but I'm aware of it. But like,
You're more aware of it, though.
yeah, but here's one thing I do. I'll take girls out and I fucking splurge. Big dinners, drink, get whatever
Really?
you want. Oh, yeah. Hey, let's get a ride here. It's Ubers everywhere, taxis everywhere. Let's get a nice hotel, big money, because it's for her, not for me. And that I can do.
And you're reaping the
And
rewards of that.
I'm reaping the war, and you get laid, and I'm fucking on a date.
So was it
'cause
tough to buy a place? You bought a place.
I bought
recently.
a place, but I mean, I saved up for years, and I'm only able to do it because it's such a good investment. That's what I keep telling
That's
myself.
what you said to yourself. Okay, because
Yes.
that's what I was going to ask you.
Because you're going to get laid from the.
No, 'cause I'm
because
gonna
he's
own
gonna
a
make
place in
he's
New
going to
York.
make money off it eventually.
Yeah.
But you can't buy furniture.
I have no furniture.
So what's in your house?
I have a mattress on the floor like a fucking assassin.
That kind of rules. No, I'm not even kidding.
I mean,
That
I keep
kinda
every girl that
rules.
comes over, I'm like, I just moved in a week ago. I've been in there for 3 months.
You don't have a couch yet?
And I got no couch.
TV.
I have a TV because there was one in the apartment when,
And that's
when I
the
moved
only
in.
reason.
Because there
That's
was
it.
one in the apartment.
Yeah.
That's the only reason you have
Yes.
a TV.
I got Wi-Fi eventually because I had work to do. I had to do work, so I had to get a fucking
So that
router.
made sense to you.
Yeah.
What about cable?
I got cable, but I never watch it. I
Right.
should watch it.
But you're paying for cable.
I'm paying for cable.
You deserve cable.
Do you buy groceries? You have
No, I don't buy groceries. I don't eat at home.
You just get takeout or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of eating out, a lot of comedy club food, whatever.
So
But
the
it-
one thing you'll splurge on is women. Have you been in a relationship long enough where you just stop because you're like,
Yeah, and I
Like-
start to resent them. I was like, this whore is running out my bank account.
and then you break up with them because of
Yeah,
it?
and they're like, what's the problem? I'm like, you gold digging bitch. And she's like, what do you mean?
And she's just trying to get toilet paper for your
Yeah.
apartment.
That
She's just
is
trying to hang out with me.
fascinating. That is fascinating.
I love this
I feel
conversation.
like we're getting too deep here, huh? All right.
If you don't mind, this is the
No, I don't
this,
mind,
This
but
is the
I'm-
good shit. I'm telling you right now, it's
I don't
the
want to
good
bore
shit.
anybody. And
So-
Mike Cannon
That's
is
not
jerking
boring at all.
off.
It's fascinating. And it's
uh,
weird that it kind of bothers you a little bit too.
Well, it's a curse.
Yeah, no, I get guilt to a certain extent, but this is way further.
Guilt in your spending, you mean?
Just and just in general, like he's
Really?
talking, but not to that.
Like, in what form is your guilt?
That's a good question. Let me think of something.
I steal a lot too, which is a problem.
You steal
Big-
a lot.
big-
Do you steal
klepto.
when you're drunk? Do you steal more when you're drunk?
Tons of stealing, but I steal from like Walmart or Walgreens, or I don't steal from like a person's house.
But why is that okay?
Because I feel like it's a corporation. They're fine.
Do you
I'll pocket shit from Starbucks all the time.
Do you
It's
steal
fun.
shit that you don't need?
It's always food or something. I don't steal like a fucking snow globe,
Okay.
But I'll be at the airport. I'm like, these prices are crazy. I'll just steal a sandwich.
And they don't notice it?
Oh, I'm the king. Yeah.
While you're traveling with Amy?
Not really with Amy. Like if I'm going to meet her and I'm flying somewhere to meet her, yeah, I'll steal from the airport all the
Do you
time.
ever think, like, what if I got popped here and I had to tell Amy I got caught?
I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you-
I'm so good.
Have you been
But I'm
popped?
so good.
Never been popped. I mean, I got popped when I was like 11. I stole a douche because I was like, what's a douche? I knew it was like vaginal, and I stole a douche from Rite Aid, and they caught me. And they were like, what are you doing with this douche? I was like, my mom's sick. I made up this whole thing. The guy's like, all right, get the hell out
But
of
you
here.
didn't know what a douche was.
No, I was trying to learn.
You just knew it was vaginal. You thought maybe you could fuck it.
This is pre-Google. Yeah, maybe a little of that.
Yeah.
I thought it was last week.
Have you ever been close to get? You ever thought somebody was eyeballing you when you were stealing something and thought,
Yeah,
holy
if-
shit, and your heart raced?
Of course. And then I abort. I mean, I'm not dumb. I know when to pull out,
God, I relate a little bit to him.
Look at that.
No, because if I leave a store with something, I have no guilt because I think the same thing. It's a corporation and all these fucking everything is overpriced to begin with.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. Fuck them. If I can get away with a little something every once in a while, I have no problem with it.
No, nothing.
None.
That's why I like that Winona Ryder shit. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, steal. It's a thrill.
It's a thrill.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So when you're eating out, it has to be just basic stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I go to Chipotle a lot. Just something that's like quick, $10 or less, and I'm full.
I love finding out.
Like I hate tapas and shit like that.
I love finding out why you guys are comics. Love it. I finally figured out Mark. He gave us this. We didn't. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't even get these comics who go up there and go, "Hey, what the fuck? You don't laugh? Who gives a shit? Fuck you!" It's like, no, make them laugh. That's your job, you piece of shit. Make them laugh.
Right.
I hate these lazy comics. They give us a bad name too.
Right.
I don't give you guys laugh. Well, then go to a park, yell at a pigeon. Why are you in this comedy club with this full audience that paid?
So that's why you work so hard.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. 4 or 5 sets a night. It's guilt.
If people don't know, Mark works really fucking hard at this.
Most sets in New York.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's been documented.
It's been documented.
Most sets in New York, like in a night, like what do you mean?
I think in a year span, I'll do like 4 a night. I did 4 last night. Did 4 on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, you can do.
What happens if you do 1 or 2?
I feel horrible.
Horrible.
Oh, I'm like, oh, come on. What are you doing? I got the easiest job, best job in the world. I can't do more than 1 set. Come on.
Oh, only because you couldn't get booked for more shows.
Yeah, someone will come up or, a show got canceled. But I'm like, God damn it.
Are your parents proud of you?
No. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. I mean, they're not mad at me. They're just like, yeah, whatever, you're doing your thing.
They're casual about it, right?
Yeah, very casual. This is what my parents do. This is what my therapist goes in on. And then we'll get out of here. Yeah. I'll go to my house.
Are you calling the break?
Well, I just feel bad. I'm hogging it here. So I go to my parents' house, and they'll just be like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. And they'll drop a stack of magazines, newspapers, and whatever on the table, and they go, those have comedy mentioned in it. And I go, oh, all right, because they know I like comedy. So they're like, yeah, that's mentioned in there. And I'm like, okay, so now I don't want to be a dick because they thought about me. So I sit there with a fucking reading glasses on and a highlighter, and I go through and I go, oh, there's the comedy, because I want to make them feel good for caring.
Oh,
even though they're not around anymore to see that you're going to look at the articles.
Yeah, and they know that this is the least amount of care they can give. But in their mind, they're like, hey, look at that, we give a fuck. Uh-huh.
All right.
Here's our love.
And they don't care. Their care doesn't go like much deeper than.
I don't think so. I mean, if I'm on Conan, they go, hey, you're on Conan. How cool is that? But I don't know if they're like watching it.
Final question. What do you think they did to you? That set you down this road.
Well, for me,
the trigger is that my mom just yelled and screamed all the time. It was exhausting.
Yeah. And led to what that you do today? That
I used to be a yeller and screamer myself.
Oh, interesting.
But not so much in many years now, to be honest.
Is that part of why you went to therapy?
I went to therapy because, between, starting a new life with my wife and kids and all that, I finally was like, all right. I always thought, therapy, who needs that shit?
That's great.
But then you realize, oh, no, this is actually good and could really help you. So
it sounds like you cured you cured.
I feel like I'm in a good place. I don't know. I mean, I think everyone could use someone to talk to.
Everyone should go.
And, I check in from time to time, but there was a lot of awareness that came just talking to somebody.
Totally, and that's the first step.
Have either of you guys ever had a therapy session that turned into a breakdown?
I've fought a few of them. I've had that, but I fight it. Oh, come on!
That was a joke. That was a joke for real.
We got fucking.
That was a joke.
Steve McQueen over here.
Oh man!
I knew that it was time to move on, and my therapist actually said, "You're good for now." I don't know if a therapist.
Wow.
I don't know if a therapist should ever actually say that.
No, never.
But she said at the time, she's like, "You're good. We could take some time off," because I started talking about the time I didn't get a bike when I was young, and I was trying to make that into a thing.
Yes, you're reaching.
Because I didn't know what else to talk about, so I started reaching, and I guess she knows the signs.
Sniffed it out.
It's her job, so she's like, yeah, you know what, you're good. That's really that has happened. Older female therapist too.
Oh, that's a red flag.
Why?
You thought she was mom.
Oh.
No, I'm fucking around. I don't know. I'm joking. Wow. But you said you were yelling and screaming for a while, and now you're not. So I think that's a good sign.
No, why? Because you realize I would get very frustrated. I had what was called irritable depression, which is depression that comes on when you're just fucking frustrated.
Yeah.
And you're irritable and you don't know how to get it out. And so, like, I'd be really frustrated about things going on at work, maybe at home or whatever, and I would yell and scream. But what you learn is when you're yelling and screaming, people just think you're an asshole. They're not going to listen to you, even though in your heart, you know you're right about this certain point. There are times you just know you're right, I think, and other times it's open for discussion, obviously.
Other times just fighting.
Right. But things at work where I'm like, no, I know this is how it should be done or whatever.
Yes.
So, but when you're screaming bloody murder, everyone just thinks you're a cunt.
Yeah.
And then now they're not listening to the point you're actually trying to make.
Totally.
Did you scream and yell at people at work?
Not anymore. It's been a long fucking
when
time.
you went through the therapy, did you then go back and apologize, try to make amends with people?
I've made amends to a lot of people over the years.
And did anyone go, fuck you?
Not to my face, but I'm sure they're like, yeah, whatever. I'm still not over it or whatever.
Oh, so you can kind of feel it.
You know, but you do what you can.
Yeah.
You can do what you can. I apologize for a whole bunch of things. So, what do you think your parents did, though? Me, it was definitely the yelling thing just drove me insane.
For me, it was the exact opposite. There was zero connecting. There was zero. I mean, they said I love you, and there was some shoulder patting, not a lot of hugs, but it was. I think it was just there was no connection. They were busy at work. They come home. They go, "You're the kid. Here's a piece of shit. Here's a chicken leg," and that was it. If I'd be like, "Hey, Dad," I'm pulling on his pant leg. "Hey, I did this at school." He'd go, "Yeah, whatever. Go watch
brothers
TV."
And sisters?
Older brother.
How's he?
Did he get more attention than you did?
Does he go and
He's
get smoothies?
fucked up in a different way. No, he's got some problems too, but he's a certified genius. Listen to this rap sheet on my brother. Certified genius, went to the best high school in New Orleans, skipped his senior year to go straight to Berkeley, full scholarship. So he's going to Berkeley as like a 17-year-old, like Doogie Howser shit.
Genius.
Yeah, then he became a master fencer. Who fences?
Right.
Became a master fencer, did a whole bunch of, toured the world with fencing, these championships. Then he joined the Peace Corps in Africa, helping poor kids in a village learn math so they could engineer and build pipes and whatever.
Right.
And they did that for 2 years. I went and visited him. It was fucking hell. I mean, talking female circumcision, the whole thing. Wow. And now he works for Google. He's like a millionaire living in New Orleans.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm a comedian.
So I think your life's better. How about that?
I agree.
How about that?
He's married with kids, and he always tells me, like, pulls me aside after a few beers, and he goes, "Don't do it."
Really?
Yeah. Which is interesting, but
it's weird. Mark's life is better, but he's like imprisoned in his own fucking psyche.
My therapist says the same thing. He's like, "Your life's great. You're in a cage. Enjoy it." I can't enjoy it.
Somehow you got to have a breakthrough.
I need a breakthrough.
I can't understand.
All you're gonna need is just a little breakthrough. You'll start seeing that light, and then. Yeah, man, things starts to make sense.
Especially when you're doing that gig regularly, working with Amy. Like, I did some tours with bands. I opened for Alice in Chains. Everything was, like, so pampered every day that I really thought, fuck, I've worked so long for this. This is an awesome feeling. And then when it ended and I went back to my own regular comedy thing was, it was like, I knew to enjoy it at the time when it happened. I can't believe that you don't allow yourself to enjoy it while it's happening.
Can't do it. And
what a fucking great gig.
A weird thing I'll do is I'll do a lot of pictures on Instagram, and I'll go through them from like a year or two ago.
And delete them?
No, I'm like, look how cool that was. Oh, look at that. And I go, wow, look at that. And blow up, like, who is this guy? That is amazing. I'm like, that's you fucking faggot. Get in there.
Get in there and enjoy yourself.
But I can't. I see it later. I go, look at that. Wow.
That is fascinating, too, because Mark is one of the good ones on Instagram to follow.
Oh, thanks.
I like your stuff all the time. He has a very good eye for photography.
I try to make it a good photo, or else why put it up?
You're very serious about your Instagramming.
Thank you.
Funny.
So now that connection is really kind of interesting.
Yes, exactly.
It's interesting.
I'm trying to capture that moment because I can't enjoy it, so maybe you should.
So
you should just take pictures of smoothies from now on.
Yeah, boy, I wish.
So you try to capture an image that's good, funny, or good, like, wow, this is a great moment in my life?
I do a little of both, but it's mostly look at this moment. Look, I'm in a jet right now with this superstar, or look at this arena I'm doing, or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
And some of them are funny.
And
like,
you're
that's
disconnected.
Silly.
No,
totally disconnected.
You go silly too, but I mean, in general, you're very artistic with your photos. It's Mark Norman on Instagram.
Yeah,
we should take a break because Mike Cannon's waiting down the hall.
Yeah,
nice.
And Mark, Jesus.
Wow.
Thanks for opening up. This is really fascinating.
Hey, anytime. I appreciate the listening. No one else listens.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who the hell? What am I going to call? Hey, Mom. I'll just hear, you've reached the wrong number.
But as you're saying that shit out loud, is there any kind of realization that you're having as you're saying all that shit out loud?
Yeah, but it's like being left-handed. It's how I am. I can't rewire it. I guess I could really try to be right-handed, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Why don't I got to keep going back to this. Why don't you feel like you deserve to buy anything?
I think it has a lot to do with that house as a kid. I think it had a lot to do with not being. If you're not treated as a human being as a child, it just sticks with you. That's how your wiring is set.
How are you not treated like a human being?
Just like the zero attention, zero. We don't. You're not even there.
You're not looking past any attention that you were given. You really believe that you had zero attention.
It was pretty low. Yeah. All the love I needed, it wasn't there.
How did you know it was low? Were you able to compare it to your brother?
No, this was life, but. Only reason I know it's low is because of these symptoms I have now.
Right.
So he got the same zero
He
attention.
got the same, but he put it all in the work, and he's made a lot of money, and he's got a family now who he loves. So he's smarter than me. He made it work. I'm doing it with audiences. He's doing it with a family and money and a home.
Vin in Brooklyn says you're just cheap.
You're just classic Brooklyn answer.
And I wasn't deflecting. I was trying to think, and then we went back to Mark. The guilt with me goes with when things are going well, because in my house, there was never a time where things were going well. There was always a fucking problem.
Right.
Christmases, even though they tried their best, were always shitty because my mom had a lot of shitty Christmases, so she brought the mood down every Christmas. And then you're there as a kid opening up your cool new stuff, and you almost felt guilty because you were happy and enjoying.
Wow, that is fucking
enjoying
insane.
Christmas.
Heavy.
That is heavy.
And this went late into my life where, like, even when I was having success with the radio show over the years and stuff, I felt guilty. Like, oh, things are good. They're never supposed to be good.
Yes.
I would come home with some exciting news, and my mom would be off and running because sneakers were left out. Some nonsense.
And
it was always supposed to just be just negative and sad in the house.
Yes.
So I had to get through that, but I got the breakthrough, and I'm certainly enjoying my life way
Good
more
for you,
now.
man.
But
Good
it took a long fucking time.
Yeah.
It took therapy.
You don't even understand why you have the guilt at first. You're like, why am I guilty? Because I'm happy and the radio show's going well, and I'm.
You have to rewire your whole system. It's not easy.
It takes a while.
So you weren't even able to realize that guilt was always there until you went to
kind
therapy.
of knew. You're like, oh fuck, that's right. We're not supposed to be, kind of happy,
right?
You kind of knew, and that was the guilt because you would leave this depressing situation, go back to my apartment in this case, and then be happy and like and then feeling the guilt like it's
because you have that.
Yeah.
And
that attachment to the house or whatever. So
wow, man, this is heavy. This is great. This is fun.
All right,
man.
we gotta take a break. Mike Cannon's
poor guy,
and Eric is bored by it. He's giving me the come on, wrap it up. This is the good shit there, Eric. Who cares if we have to break? I'm not going to stop Mark when he says he can't buy a fucking smoothie.